Good afternoon, family. Thanks for checking out today's broadcast. Oh man, I am very flustered right now, guys. So give me a second to get my stuff up. But if you guys are new here, my name is Jonathan, and I created this channel as a way to record my progress as I work towards my goal of losing 300 pounds in 3 years. If you want to join the family, hit that subscribe button. Also click on the bell icon so you get alerted when I go live or post new updates. If you want to join the discussion, you can catch me live most weekdays, although this week's a little bit different, or has been a little bit different, but you can catch me most weekdays. Or outside of the live stream, you can consider joining our Discord. There's a link for that down in the description below. Also, if you are interested in getting some ideas of the meals that our family eats on our whole food plant-based diet, we created a Pinterest board that you can check out, and there's a link for that down in the description below. If anybody has any non-scale victories they'd like to share, I'd love to hear your non-scale victories or even some on-scale victories. It is my weekly weigh-in today. It's Thursday. It's not weigh-in Wednesday. It's weigh-in Thursday this week. If you are struggling to get started with your diet, or you've fallen off the wagon, or you're trying to figure out what to do, I'd love to try to help you out. I'd like to hear what you guys are doing to, make staying on your diet easier than the alternative and eating some junk food. Let's see. I got one more thing I got to open. Okay. So it is weigh-in Thursday. Today is June 16th, 2022. It's day, I don't even know, 593 or something like that. 593 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds. Last week, I did have a little bit of a loss, maybe a 1 pound loss. So I'm going to hop on the scale here. Let me see if everything is still working and lined up. So a little bit of a recap. I started this challenge in November of 2020 with a starting weight of 519.8 pounds. I have used a combination of extended water fasting and a whole food plant-based salt, oil, sugar-free diet to lose 214.2 pounds so far. And I'm going to hop on the scale today and see how I did this past week. $304.8 means I lost 0.8 pounds this past week. Let me update this here. 304.8. It's always nice to see that scale go in that direction. So almost a pound. All right. So I'm very happy with that loss this week. It's like I said, it's always nice to see the scale go in the right direction here. Let me just go over to the main screen. Yeah, it was a crazy week, and it was it's a little frustrating. I had travel yesterday, and I just don't feel like I have I feel like I put a couple pounds on during the traveling. I don't know what it is. Because if I'd have weighed in on Tuesday, I think I would have weighed in less than I weighed in today. But just kind of being thrown off schedule, ended up coming home, eating quite a bit of volume of food last night that I just feel like hasn't passed through my system yet. But hopefully in the next couple of days that'll catch up, and that will make a difference. A few people checking in here. Aunt Day's Kitchen says, finally, you've missed a few days. Well, you didn't miss me yesterday because I wasn't on yesterday. But we've missed you as well, Aunt Day's Kitchen. Our Tiny Acre says, hugs, beautiful people. Christy says, you're cutting up veggies for soup, but you're still listening. I love having you here. It's great to have you guys watching this. Carrie's checking in saying, hello. Hello, Carrie. I hope you guys are doing great. Let's see. And then some positive comments about the weight loss. Shy, hey, how are you doing today? And Aunt Day's Kitchen says, any release is good. Barb says, yay for you. Yes, I am happy to be down. Anything is better than a gain or staying stagnant, and it's getting me closer to hitting that 300 pounds again. It's so tempting to do whatever has to be done and to get under 300 pounds, but also realizing that doing anything that has to be done, might give me that result this week, but that there's lasting effects. I mean, I did that at the beginning of May. I was under 300 pounds on May 5th. And so now we are a month and 11 days later, and I'm not back under 300 pounds. So, but in order to get under 300 pounds, I fasted for a few days and then kind of rebounded from that. So, Blind Guy, his wife, their life says, watching and listening. It's awesome having you here on the live stream. And thanks for checking it out. So let me, I started late today. I had a phone call that went long, and then I barely got everything set up right here. So let me see if I can switch over, and we'll talk a little bit about the food that I've eaten since we last were together. Let me pull up and see what I have photos of. It's nothing too beautiful, nothing too fancy, but just we'll recap some of the food since Tuesday, since that was the last time I was on. Let me pull this up. So this was Tuesday night's dinner. There's a couple things going on here. This up here is a coleslaw that Carrie made, and it was really good. There's, there's all the things you would normally put inside coleslaw. And, I can't remember all of the, things she put in. I know she said there was some apple cider vinegar. I think there was a little bit of tahini in there. There was, I don't know. Carrie might be able to chime in and tell me what else was in this coleslaw, but it was really good. I had a couple servings of that, and generally the only coleslaw I'd ever eaten in the past was KFC coleslaw. So I really liked the coleslaw that Carrie made. His wife says, I'm here for the food pictures. It always gives you ideas. That's awesome. And then the other half of the plate here is nothing too pretty, but this is a Sloppy Joe recipe that Carrie has, and then I put it with a potato. She had eaten it on Ezekiel bread, and I think our kids ate it on bread, but I decided I wanted it on a potato, and this was pretty good as well. It I know there's lentils in there, there's onion in there. I don't know the whole recipe on that either, but that was a Sloppy Joe recipe that I put with a potato, and that was dinner on Tuesday. And then what else did I do? Oh, you know what else I did? I took that Sloppy Joe mix, and I took some sourdough bread. So I took the sourdough bread, and then you guys know how much I love that spicy habanero from Primo's, the mustard. I put a layer of that spicy habanero mustard on the sourdough bread, and then I put some of the Sloppy Joe on top of it, and it was really good. Gave it a lot of spice with the habanero mustard, and then the sweetness kind of from the Sloppy Joe was a good combination. So I put that together on Tuesday night and ate that as well. Aunt Day's Kitchen says that they love Sloppy Joe on potato. I don't know that I'd ever done it before doing this challenge. Anytime I had ever had a Sloppy Joe before, or it was on a white bun or white bread. So it was really good mixing it with the potato. Let me see. And then I have photo from yesterday's dinner. So food while I was traveling wasn't too bad. I took 3 baked potatoes with me, 3 or 4 oranges, a couple apples, and a banana, and just kind of ate those as I had about 5 hours of driving and tried to eat those. Really, I ate them all on the way back. I had breakfast before I left, had some oatmeal Wednesday morning before I got on the road. So I wasn't real hungry on the way down, but on the way back, I ate those things on the way back. And then dinner last night was this amazing. It was Linda's meatloaf. We've had this a few times. I believe it's from the Engine 2 cookbook. I think Carrie might also have it shared on the Pinterest board, but I really like this. And we used for our barbecue, or like the sauce on the top, we used the California balsamic vinaigrette smoky barbecue vinaigrette to flavor that, and it was awesome. It really made a huge difference, or not a huge difference, but it improved the flavor over what we were using previously, which I still loved. It was just nice to have that California balsamic, and then a little bit of broccoli there on the side. But those are the photos. And then I did take a photo of I actually had this as a snack last night, and I had it for breakfast this morning. And I think it's part of the reason why I feel like I haven't passed everything through is I've had a lot of shredded wheat in the last 2 days. So this is just shredded wheat. There's an abundance of raisins on this. And then I use West soy milk for my milk in there. And I had a few bowls of that over the last 24 hours. And then just to top it all off, I decided to make myself some toast and throw some more of that spicy habanero mustard on the Ezekiel bread. And so I really feel like that if I give it 2 or 3 days, I'll probably be down another pound or 2, just because I was eating a lot of that. I had a large volume of food in the last 24 hours that I just feel like has kind of been stuck in my gut, I guess, for lack of a better explanation. His wife says that they also like the sloppy Joe on a potato, and then they say, well, they actually like anything on a potato, which I'm finding that I do enjoy that as well. The mustard dressing that Carrie makes, I really like mixing with the potato. Really, I've taken anything and mixed it. The marinara sauce that we have, I put on potatoes. Barbecue sauce that we've made, put on potatoes, and then there's a sour cream dressing as well. So really, like Aunt Day's Kitchen says, anything on a potato is yummy, which is, I felt like that way before, but generally if I got a baked potato, it was covered in butter. And then especially like if I went out to eat at a restaurant, it would have cheese and bacon and sour cream, all the fixins on the potato. Now it is quite a different scenario where I'm driving down the highway at 70 miles an hour and I'm eating a baked potato like an apple. And that is not anything that I thought I would be doing at any point in my life. But that's what my lunch was yesterday, was eating baked potatoes like apples. And it's funny that it's odd, now that I do it, it like, well, yeah, why could, it's an easy way to eat a potato. And, but for whatever reason, it seems like we have to add a bunch of stuff to the potato to make, it tastes better when it tastes fine enough on its own. We're always trying to make things taste better than they need to. So, that was a recap of the food over the last 48 hours that I've eaten. I don't have a ton of time today. I wish I did, but we have a lot going on. Carrie, actually, the reason why she's not participating in the chat right now much is because my daughters are at tumbling that they're going to start doing on Thursdays. And I have a meeting tonight for work that my company works with a social club for a bike event called Ragbri I've talked about on here before, and I need to go to that club's meeting tonight because we're about a month away from that event happening. So I'm pretty busy today. And like I said, I right up to the there's Carrie right now. Speak of the devil, right? It says, woo, just dropped the girls off at tumbling. What did I miss? If you caught the weigh-in, I don't know, but I lost just under a pound this past week. And then I've just been talking about the food. If you want to participate, Carrie, you can let us know what was in the coleslaw that we had on Tuesday night. I was not sure what I knew there was apple cider vinegar. I thought you said there was tahini in it. And if there's anything else, because I really like the coleslaw. If you guys are fans of coleslaw, I would maybe check out that recipe that Carrie made with that. His wife says the time is even shorter in the summer, and having kids shortens the time. Yes, it does, especially when they get busy and they got different events to go to. And the days, the sun is out more, but it seems like we got more going on. Okay, so Carrie said it was just a coleslaw mix, shredded carrots, tahini, maple syrup, apple cider vinegar, lemon juice is what was in it as far as she could remember. So it was just a mix of vegetables and then those things that she added to it. But it was really good. I enjoyed it. But definitely the star of the meals that I had over the last 48 hours was the Linda's meatloaf from last night. That was, I could have eaten the whole loaf myself and been happy. So let me think of anything to talk about. I had to go to a meeting yesterday and take a test for a work thing. Kind of an odd thing to have to do is take a test after not taking any real tests since college, right? But it's just interesting that I'm even doing it, because that is something that if I hadn't have lost this weight, our business wouldn't probably be looking at expanding into this new area, which caused me to have to go to this meeting. And so it's kind of a weird position to be in, that losing this weight has definitely increased my confidence. Like even going to this meeting, there was a seminar that I had to go to, and it was, I was around a group of people, and previously at 500 pounds, I would have done everything I needed to do, but I know that I would not have been very comfortable. I would have probably been a little bit more reserved in participating with questions, and just overall more self-conscious. And so losing that weight really helped, give me some confidence, and made it more, I don't know, that I was more involved or more present than if I hadn't, if I was still over 500 pounds. And that's a weird thing to, it's hard to quantify like how different those aspects of my life are, because at the time when I was 520 pounds, I was doing a lot of things in spite of my health, like, and feeling like because I was able to do those things that I wasn't as unhealthy as somebody who was maybe lighter than me, but was unable to do those things. The fact that I could still walk, at 520 pounds, in the moment, I was able to do just about anything I wanted to do. If you need me to walk a mile, I'll walk a mile. If you need me to stand on my feet for an hour, I'll stand on my feet for an hour. And I would suffer through and get done what needs to be done, but then I would pay for that for a couple days, like if I had to walk more than I was used to, I would do it and get done what I needed to get done. But then for 3 days, I would have knee pain, or I would just sit around and not do anything, trying to recover from the energy that I had to use, or any pain. And now it's not that case at all. Like in fact, I had this thought yesterday at the building that we were at. So it was a government building I had to go to, and I had to get checked in. And then there was a group of 6 or 8 of us that had to go from the check-in area to another room, and we're all walking together, and we had to walk up like a flight and a half of steps, or it was like the main floor had like a 15-20 foot ceiling. And then we went up to the second floor of this building. And as I'm walking up the steps, I'm able to walk up without having to hold on to the railing. And I get to the top of the steps, and I'm not out of breath. And as I was walking up the steps, I had the thought in my head that was like, man, if I was still 500 pounds, I would be so gassed out by the time I got to the top of these steps. And I'd be embarrassed because I'd be breathing heavy while everybody else got up the steps without any issues. And that I don't have to live that life anymore, that I'm able to go up the steps and not feel like I'm winded, or if an elevator's an option, that I could use the steps and not have to use the elevator. And then when I got done with the meeting, I had to walk up the steps at the parking garage, which was 3 floors of steps there. And it didn't ever, it's not something that takes it out of me anymore. Whereas in the past, going up 3 flights of steps, I would have either had to have gone real slow or been focused on my breath as I was walking up the steps. Or when I got to the top, I would have to rest for a minute before I continued on. And now, it's still not, I'm not running places, and I'm not, I'm still over 300 pounds, but it's a difference between, 304 pounds and 519. There is a big difference between that. So it was just nice to be able to exert that energy and not have it wipe me out and not kill me for the rest of the day. And so those were some, I suppose they're non-scale victories for yesterday, was getting up flights of steps without having any issues. But gosh, I feel bad. I don't have a lot to talk about, and I really can't go much longer anyways. So I'm probably going to end it on that today. I will definitely be live tomorrow. Hopefully I can commit a little bit of time during the day to figure out something to talk about on stream. If anybody has any questions they want me to answer, feel free to ask them in this video and I can go over them tomorrow. Yeah. And I'll do what I can. Carrie says we got Mega Veggie Chili tonight. Yes, I didn't give her a hard time. We normally have Mega Veggie Chili on Monday nights, but we didn't this week. We had a really good meal though. We had that. Oh yeah, it was the root vegetables and the mixed vegetables with the mushroom that we had Monday. So definitely was not disappointed. But we got mega veggie chili tonight. It's already done, ready for me to devour, and then I can get on the road to go to my meeting. So yeah, I am really happy to have the weight going in the right direction, 304.8. I feel like if I can stick to the diet for the next week, I will see a good number next week. Just the traveling just threw my body off, I feel like, and we will hopefully recover from that, and we can go forward. I don't know why Carrie said I'll probably be on Thursdays for. Oh, okay, yeah. She's gonna be doing this tumbling on Thursdays, so we'll probably do mega veggie chili on Thursdays for a while, is what she's saying, because it's an easy crock pot meal that she can put together and just leave, or not crock pot, Instapot meal that she can leave for us to have. So she'll have to make up a new Monday recipe, and we'll have the mega veggie chili on Thursdays. So yeah, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Click that subscribe button, click that bell icon, click that thumbs up, do all those YouTube things to help out the algorithm. If you haven't started your diet yet, get started right now. There's nothing coming up this weekend that's more important than your overall health and well-being. And if you're on a diet, stick to the diet. There's nothing this weekend that'll be more important than your health and well-being. His wife says, it's such a relief to be able to climb stairs without a thought or adjustment, I'm sure. Yes, it is. Glad to hear this lifestyle is going in the great direction. Yeah, it really is. Like, it's, 2 years ago, if you'd have told me I'd be sitting in front of a camera telling people that they need to eat a whole food, plant-based diet, and if they really want to kick it into gear to get rid of the salt, oil, and sugar, I would have laughed at you. And now I'm sitting here excited about going home and eating a bowl of vegetables, and I love rice and cucumber and all this food that I used to hate eating. But it's all worth it. It seems like from the outside that this is a deprivation diet, and it's far from it. It has opened up my palate to hundreds, but dozens of new foods that I would not have even given a shot. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with my results so far, and it's been awesome. It really has. Just being able to do those things, knowing that I've added years to my life is also a big part of it too. So the last thing I'm going to say is don't fall for the 2 myths of moderation. The myth of moderate change, the idea that you can slowly make changes and eventually you will get to this new healthy diet. It seems like it'll work, but a lot of times when you do it, you start making these changes and you don't see the results you're hoping to see, and so you quit, or you have a hard time resisting the temptation of eating an abundance of the junk food that you're still allowing in your diet, and you quit before you ever really give a diet a true chance. So if you want to see big changes in your life, then you need to make big changes. The other myth is the myth of moderate consumption. The idea that we can eat less of something and still be healthy, or the idea of eating something, any amount of an unhealthy food and it's okay, is false. It's if it was true, if you could truly eat less of something and it be okay, then there would be thousands or millions of more people that were at a healthy weight. But it's not sustainable to eat less volume of food. And as long as you're keeping the junk food in your diet, it's holding you back from your potential healthiest self. And so don't fall for the myth of moderate consumption. I'm going to get out of here. I will be live tomorrow, and hopefully I will have, some amazing things to talk about. But I'm going to get out of here for today. You guys all have a great evening. I forgot to, everybody have a great evening. We will see you tomorrow.